Infor Factory Track for CSI job move. Factory Track has several shop floor job move parameters to control the validations, displayed fields and processing options that are permitted as part of the job move process. By clicking on the label printing parameters, the option to include printing labels as part of the process can be defined. Enabling the print labels feature results in the label printing form being displayed following successful processing of the job move transaction. For this training, we've enabled these parameters in order to show where these fields appear and validations that occur in the transaction steps. To start the job move process, from the Factory Track Shop Floor's Work Center navigation homepage, click on the Material Category Group menu. Then click on the Job Move icon. Note that the order of the features within the Material menu is configurable. The shop floor job move form is used to move completed items from one operation to the next, to inventory for last operations, or to return items that were previously moved to a subsequent operation. The user can report items as completed on this form and can perform these activities for standard single item jobs or co-product jobs, which produce a mixed group of items. We enter or select from drop-down the job number and the suffix. We then enter or select from drop-down the operation from which the items are to be moved. Factory Track displays information on the Details and Progress tab. The Details tab provides the item number, job status, work center where the operation was performed, as well as the operation received, completed, moved, scrapped, and remaining quantities. The Progress tab provides a view of the current progress of each operation in the selected job. We then enter the good quantity that was completed for this operation. If the Enable Quantity Move parameter is enabled, you may enter the quantity of completed items to be moved to the next operation. Factory Track defaults the move quantity to the good quantity value based on enablement of the default quantity move parameter, but this can be manually updated. Note that if the check quantity received parameter is enabled, Factory Track provides an alert if the combined quantity of good and scrapped items exceeds the quantity received for the operation. Click on the Complete Operation checkbox if you wish to prevent further reporting against this operation after completion of this transaction. Note that this checkbox is only available if the Allow Operation Complete parameter is selected on the transaction set maintenance form. Factory Track validates and provides appropriate warnings and/or errors if operation completion can be performed for the transaction. Click on the Reverse Quantity checkbox to move quantities that have already been moved to the next operation or to inventory back to the specified operation. When the FDA lot traceability is implemented, only the lots and serials that were moved early against the operation can be reversed. Factory Track displays additional fields if the operation ID provided is for the last operation. Click the Close job if you are ready to prevent further reporting against any operation for this job after completion of this transaction. This checkbox is only available if Allow Job Close parameter is selected on the transaction set maintenance form. If the Allow Job Close with Open Requirements parameter is disabled, the application would prevent the job from closing without issuing all the materials needed for the job operations. Additionally, note that for both the complete operation and the closed job options, Factory Track performs a validation to determine if there are any other activities in progress for that operation and/or any operation on that job and provide an appropriate error. In addition, Factory Track enables the Active Labor Transactions tab to display details of these running activities. Factory Track displays the warehouse ID to which the items will be moved or from which the items will be moved if the reverse quantity is selected. Enter or select from drop-down the location within the warehouse against which the transaction will be processed. This value is defaulted based on the put-away parameter group receiving location parameters. If containers are being used, click on the To Container checkbox to enable the Container ID field. This checkbox can be defaulted by enabling the Container Parameter Group default container parameter. Enter or select from drop-down the container ID to which the items are to be moved, or optionally leave this field blank, resulting in the generation of a new container field. If your job is lot and/or serial controlled, and if you're reporting against the last operation, the Lot Serial tab is available for selection and enables the fields required for entry. Enter or select from drop-down of pre-assigned or existing lots for your item, or click on the Generate Lot Number to have Factory Track populate a new lot number. If the Confirm Lot ID parameter is selected on the Transaction Set Maintenance form, re-enter the lot ID. If your item is serial tracked, the Unassigned Serial Numbers field is populated with the number of items requiring assignment. Click on the Serial Assignment button. Factory Track displays the serial number assignment form. Enter or scan the serial number in the Serial Entry field, or select the serial numbers from the serial grid for pre-assigned serial numbers. Until you have no remaining unassigned serials, click on the Save button to return to the Job Move form. The unassigned serial number field now reflects 0 as well. If you need to report scrapped items on this job, click on the Scrap tab. This tab is available only if the Scrap Param group Allow Scrap parameter is enabled. Click on the Add button to add a scrap reporting line. Enter the quantity of items being scrapped. Enter or select from drop-down the scrap reason. If the item and operation require backflushing of lots, the Backflush Lots button is enabled. Click on this button to open the Backflush Lots form. Select the backflush item from the displayed list. Factory Track displays a list of existing lots with their on-hand quantities listed. Enter the selected quantity until the total selected amount is equal to the target quantity, which enables the Assign button. Click on the Assign button and click on the Save button to return to the processing form. If the item and operation require backflushing of serials, the Backflush Serials button is enabled. Click on this button to open the Backflush Serials form. Select the backflush item from the displayed list. Factory Track then displays a list of existing serials. Select the serials listed until the amount is equal to the target quantity, which enables the Assign button. Click on the Assign button, then click on the Save button to return to the processing form. To report completed items and to move the specified quantity of completed items to the next operation or to reverse, select the green Process button. If the Print Labels parameter is selected, labels are automatically printed or the label printing form is displayed to select a printer and submit for printing. If the Allow Cross-Docking parameter is selected, this order is not cross-referenced to another order and there are open cross-docking requirements, Factory Track prompts the user with the option to proceed with the cross-docking process. If the Prompt to Issue to Parent Job and Issue to Parent Job parameters are selected, the application allows issuing the completed items from the current subassembly job to its parent job. To close the form, click on the Close button. Note that if the shop floor parameter group discrete transaction is enabled, Factory Track displays the employee authentication screen on the Work Center navigation home after completion of the transaction. For co-product jobs, the co-product tab is enabled. This tab allows the user to report quantities for each co-product item for the job. There are several methods to report these quantities. We can manually enter reported quantities directly to the co-products on the grid. We can also report quantities by automating the distribution of the open quantity for good and move quantity based on the defined job setup for the co-products by clicking on the Distribute Open Quantity checkbox. Factory Track updates the quantities for the open quantity, or if the quantity distribution for co-product mix is enabled, Factory Track enables the quantity reporting fields for good, moved and scrapped definition. And when values are reported, Factory Track distributes them to the co-products in the grid.